ज्योति जगा लो, होगा दूर अंधेरा। ओम शांति, ओम शांति, ओम शांति।
बाबा हमको नया जीवन दिया है, बाबा हमको नया जीवन। हीरे जैसा मिला है जीवन, मोती जैसा मन दिया है बाबा हमको नया जीवन दिया है, बाबा हमको नया जीवन। मुरली में है बाबा तेरी जादू खुदाई, मुरली में है बाबा तेरी जादू खुदाई। सुन कर के दिल में छाई है मस्ती मौलाई, इन्हीं रूहानी नजरों से हम हो गए पावन, इन्हीं रूहानी नजरों से हम हो गए पावन। दिया है बाबा हमको नया जीवन, दिया है बाबा हमको नया जीवन। ऊंचे हैं संकल्प जैसे ऊंचा हिमालय, ऊंचे हैं संकल्प जैसे ऊंचा हिमालय। ऐसे बसे दिल में जैसे बन गया शिवालय। रिमझिम अतीन्द्रिय सुख बरसे सावन, रिमझिम अतीन्द्रिय सुख बरसे सावन। दिया है बाबा हमको नया जीवन, दिया है बाबा हमको नया जीवन। गगन सभी मिल गाते होके यही मगन। धरती गगन सभी मिल गाते होके यही मगन। दिया है बाबा हमको नया जीवन। दिया है बाबा हमको नया जीवन। हीरे जैसा मिला है जीवन, मोती जैसा मन। हीरे जैसा मिला है जीवन, मोती जैसा मन। दिया है बाबा हमको नया जीवन। दिया है बाबा हमको नया जीवन। दिया है बाबा हमको नया जीवन।
रत्नागर बाग दिव्य रत्नों की, ज्ञान रत्नों की, गुण रत्नों की थालियां भर भर कर
ओम शांति।
हमारे सामने ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में आ जाते हैं।
Baba comes at Amrit Vela with a plate full of the jewels of knowledge, of virtues, and how broad your intellect is, how clean your intellect is, how unlimited it is. You will be able to imbibe them, and you will be able to accommodate those jewels or gems of knowledge or virtues. And today's Murli is based on this knowledge, the study as well as the faith. In the world it's also said that the ones who have loving intellects, the ones who have faith, will definitely gain victory at the time of destruction. Those who have faith, which indicates that they are yogis, and those who have non-living intellects, they bring about their own destruction. Baba explains the perspective of the children who are having doubts or who don't have loving intellect. What are the signs of the children who have firm faith? How important is the study? And Baba draws our attention towards our actions. After belonging to Baba, once you leave Baba's hand and you disturb many people's intellect, and Baba tells in a very clear way, because one becomes the instrument to disturb the minds of many, one becomes the instrument to make many other people of not having the loving intellect. So Baba says, if we perform any actions which disturb the minds of many, we become the one who will have manifold punishment. In the world it's also said that Chitragupt sits along with Dharmaraj because he maintains the account. What does this term, that is Chitragupt, mean? because a record always gets created of all our actions, whether we tell or not. It gets created very clearly.
लेकिन गुप्त चित्र
Whether we
हो ही जाता
we tell clearly or not, but the account gets created. That's why people of the world gave this term, that is Chitragupt. So Baba just draws our attention towards our actions. Let's listen to Baba's Murli with a lot of love and with a lot of attention. Let's listen to sweet elevated versions of Baba.
मुरली का सार है
And today's date is 10th September.
बाप जो तुम्हें हीरे जैसा बनाते
The Father who makes you like diamonds.
जीवन को हीरे जैसा
Baba makes our lives as valuable as diamonds.
कभी भी संशय नहीं आना
So we must never have any doubts about
बाप जो
on the Father.
हीरे जैसा बनाते हैं उनमें कभी भी संशय नहीं आना चाहिए
So you should never have any doubts about the Father who is making you like diamonds. To have doubtful intellect means to cause oneself a loss.
अपना ही नुकसान करना प्रश्न है मनुष्य से देवता बनने की पढ़ाई में पास होने का मुख्य
What's the main basis of passing the examination of this study for becoming a deity from a human being?
इस पढ़ाई में पास होने का
Now the study is going on for becoming a deity. So what's the basis of passing that examination? The answer, Baba just gives the answer in one word, that is faith.
से देवता बनने की पढ़ाई में पास होने
In order to pass the examination of the study of becoming a deity,
निश्चय बुद्धि बनने
you must have faith. First of all,
माया
there has to be courage for the intellect to have faith. Maya breaks this courage.
संशय बुद्धि बना
She makes your intellect into a doubting intellect.
बनने का भी साहस चाहिए
Baba says that you have to have the courage to make your intellect have faith. Maya often breaks that.
संशय बुद्धि बना देती है
She makes your intellect into a doubting intellect. While moving along, if you have any doubt about this study or the supreme teacher who is teaching you, you cause yourself and others a great loss.
पढ़ाई या तो पढ़ाने वाले सुप्रीम टीचर में संशय आया तो अपना और दूसरों का बहुत नुकसान करते हैं खुद का तो होता है लेकिन दूसरों का
Of course, we cause loss to ourselves, but others also will be caused a great loss.
गीत है आज की मुरली का
The song is,
सुंदर गीत
it's a very good song.
प्यार का
You are the ocean of love and we thirst for one drop.
ओम शांति
Om Shanti. Shiv Baba
कहानी बच्चों प्रति
explains to you, spiritual children,
तुम बच्चे बाप की महिमा करते
you children praise the Father and say, you are the ocean of knowledge,
बाबा करेक्शन दे रहा है हम महिमा
you are the ocean of love.
प्यार का
We sing the praise as
ज्ञान का सागर भी
the ocean of love, and he is also called the ocean of knowledge.
का सागर एक है
Only the one is the ocean of knowledge, the rest are ignorant.
बाकी को कहेंगे अधूरा वाक्य पूरा करो बाबा है ज्ञान
Baba is the ocean of knowledge, and the rest are called ignorant.
की ज्ञान और
Because this is a play about the knowledge and ignorance, only the Supreme Father, Supreme Soul has this knowledge. It is with this knowledge that new world is being established.
की कोई नई दुनिया
It isn't that he creates a new world and the world is imperishable.
अविनाशी दुनिया तो बनाते नहीं है दुनिया तो अविनाशी है सिर्फ पुरानी दुनिया को बदल नया बनाते हैं
He just creates the new world and the world is imperishable. It isn't that the old world is changed and made new. It isn't that annihilation takes place. The whole world never gets destroyed.
सिद्धांत बने हुए हैं उसमें से एक यह भी है
So Baba makes it clear the whole world can never be destroyed.
बदलकर नई बनती है।
The
आपने
world is
समझाया
old and it gets changed, it's made into a new world, and the Father has explained
बैठे हो,
that this home in which you are sitting is old.
हमें
You know that we will go to that new home.
जैसे अब बाबा दूसरा मिसाल देते,
Baba just gives another example.
पुरानी दिल्ली, हाँ, बाद में जो नया
Similarly,
construction हुआ,
old
नई
Delhi
कॉलोनियाँ बनी, उसको कहते हैं नई
is
दिल्ली। अब पुरानी
after all the
दिल्ली है,
new villages or cities, whatever work has been undertaken, the new Delhi has been named.
नई कैसे
But
बनी,
old Delhi is now going to be destroyed.
अब नई
The new
कैसे
one will
बनती है,
be
बाबा
made to
उसी को
replace that.
समझाते
How
हैं।
does the new one
नई दुनिया कैसे बनती है,
that gets created?
पहले उसमें रहने वाले
First of all, those who are worthy of staying there are needed.
का एक बहुत अच्छा महावाक्य
It's the wonderful version. Baba says,
तैयारी कर
Baba says that you are making arrangements for becoming a deity.
रहने के
So Baba first says all those who reside in that world must be made worthy of staying there. In that new world, there are those who are full of all virtues.
शाला में
You children have that aim and objective. In a school too, there is an aim and objective. Those who study understand what are they going to become. I will become a surgeon or I will become a barrister.
यहाँ तुम जानते हो, क्या जानते हैं,
What do you understand?
बनेंगे देवता बनेंगे।
What do you know?
तुम जानते हो
We are becoming deities.
मनुष्य से
You know that you have come here to change from an ordinary human beings into deities. No one can sit in a school without having an aim or objective. However,
परंतु यह ऐसी वंडरफुल
this school is so wonderful that while understanding the aim and objective and studying, some then leave this study.
पाते हुए फिर भी पढ़ाई को छोड़ देते हैं। अब क्यों छोड़ देते हैं?
Why do they stop studying?
कहते हैं ये रॉन्ग पढ़ाई,
They understand that it's the wrong study.
शुरुआत
How does the doubt start?
ये रॉन्ग पढ़ाई है,
It's a wrong study.
एम ऑब्जेक्ट है नहीं,
There is no aim or objective there.
हो नहीं सकता। हम कोई मनुष्य में से देवता बने, लक्ष्मी नारायण बने, ये गलत।
It's highly impossible for an ordinary human being to become Lakshmi or Narayan or deities. The one who is teaching, they have doubts in him also.
कारण सुनो, वहाँ भी पढ़ाई छोड़
Sometimes in the worldly studies,
होते हैं, उस
they just leave the study.
पढ़ नहीं सकते, पैसा नहीं,
They also develop doubt about the one who is teaching them. Sometimes in the worldly studies, when students don't have enough money to study, they don't have courage, they leave the studies. You wouldn't say that knowledge to become a barrister is wrong or the one who is teaching it is wrong. Here, because people don't develop any doubts there in the worldly study, but here they have wonderful intellects. Because you develop doubt about this study and you say that this study is wrong, that God isn't teaching it. You can't claim a kingdom, etc. All these are lies.
ये सतयुग ये कुछ है नहीं, पढ़ाई को छोड़ देते हैं। यह सब गपोड़े हैं। ऐसे भी बहुत बच्चे पढ़ते पढ़ते फिर पढ़ाई को क्या करते हैं, छोड़ देते हैं।
Baba says, by thinking in this way, many children leave the study. Everyone would ask,
दिया सेंटर
you stopped going to the center, you stopped Amrit Vela, everything.
पूछेंगे, क्या
So people ask,
सब पूछेंगे,
you claimed that God was teaching you through which human beings change into deities. What happened then?
जिससे मनुष्य से देवता बनते हैं, फिर ये क्या हुआ, क्या हुआ? अब उसको वो लोग क्या जवाब देते हैं?
You say,
कहेंगे, नहीं नहीं,
no,
वह सब
it was all lies.
वह सब खुद क्वेश्चन से आया, और
Because the moment we get doubts and we start telling everyone that all that was lies.
यह एम ऑब्जेक्ट हमको समझ में नहीं आती है।
You say that you can't understand the aim and objective. There were some who were studying with faith. Then, as soon as they started to have doubts, they stopped studying. How did they have faith, and who then put doubts into their intellects?
बनाया तुम कहेंगे
It would be said, if that person had,
अच्छा पढ़ते
if you were studying very well, you were very regular, you stopped studying,
क्या कहेंगे तुम कहेंगे
then you say,
अगर यह पढ़ते
it would be said that if that person had still been studying, he could have claimed a high status. Many continue to study. While studying to become barristers, some drop out halfway, whereas others continue to study and become barristers.
कोई पढ़कर
Some study, pass, and whereas others fail.
नापास होते हैं फिर कुछ न कुछ कम पद
They attain a low status.
यहाँ तो अब बाबा यहाँ की बात करते
Baba speaks about this examination.
हैं डॉक्टरी उसमें भी पढ़ करके ऊंचा पद पा सकते बाबा
Of course, we study to claim a high positions in the world, but Baba speaks about this study. Baba says this is a very important examination. You need a lot of courage to pass it.
एक तो
First, you need to have courage for your intellect to have faith.
निश्चय बुद्धि का साहस चाहिए माया ऐसी है
Maya is such that one minute you have faith and next minute you have doubtful intellects.
कई बुद्धि बना देती है आते बहुत हैं
Many come here to study, but some have dull intellects
बुद्धि होते हैं नंबर
and they pass number wise.
है ना अखबार में लिस्ट निकलती है हर साल निकलती है ना 1 से 10 नंबर के टॉप 10 होते हैं उसके
All the top,
अखबार
the students who scored
यहाँ भी ऐसे हैं
the highest percentage, their list gets displayed annually. So Baba also speaks here. Many come here to study. Some have very good intellects and some have very dull intellects. Because they have dull intellects, they develop doubt and they leave.
आकर पढ़ाई को छोड़ देते हैं फिर
Then they cause harm to others too.
उसको देख करके जो कमजोर थे ढीले थे
By looking at the ones who are dull, the new ones, when they look at dull ones, they also stop studying.
बुद्धि विनश्यन्ति कहा जाता है
So it's always said that those who have doubtful intellects are they are led to their own destruction. They can't claim a high status. If you have faith but you don't study fully, you can't pass. Baba speaks about one category that one develops doubt in Baba's study and one stops studying. The next category, one has faith but one doesn't complete the study, then one will not
पास होंगे
pass fully because the intellects are of no use.
अगर पढ़ाई में इंटरेस्ट
If you don't have interest in the study,
बुद्धियों भगवान आज साफ मना कर
Baba just rejects such worldly smartness or brilliance if one doesn't pay attention on this study.
आत्मा है हम आत्मा है
The Father says,
भूल जाते हैं
you would be unable to imbibe this knowledge. You forget that you are souls. The Father says, I am the supreme soul of you souls. I am the supreme Father of you souls. You children know that the Father has come. Some experience many obstacles and thereby develop doubt. They then say they have become Baba's children.
शायद चालू हो गई
So when they face any papers, test papers, then they start developing doubts. And then they say, I don't have faith in such and such a teacher.
निश्चय नहीं बैठता है अरे ब्राह्मणी कैसी भी हो
No matter what the Brahmin teachers are like, you should still study.
कॉलेज में स्कूल में
In a college or a study, however is the teacher, students have to study.
टीचर अच्छा नहीं पढ़ाते हैं तो सोचते हैं
If your teacher doesn't teach you well, you might think of freeing her from teaching you, but you still have to study.
लेकिन तुमको तो पढ़ना है ना
This is the Father's study,
बाप की पढ़ाई
and Supreme Teacher is teaching you.
अब ये
If we remember this elevated version, then we will never stop studying. The one who is teaching us is the Supreme Teacher.
पढ़ाने वाला सुप्रीम टीचर है। ब्राह्मणी भी उनकी नॉलेज सुनाती है।
Even the Brahmin teachers too give his knowledge. Therefore, you have to pay this attention. You have to pay attention to this study. Unless you study, you will be unable to pass this examination.
नहीं कर सकेंगे। पढ़ाई बिना इम्तिहान, बहुत इम्तिहान है, रोज की परीक्षाएं। बाबा कहते पास नहीं कर सकेंगे, लेकिन बाप से निश्चय ही टूट पड़ता है तो पढ़ाई को
When you don't have faith in Father's study, you stop studying.
आ जाता है कि इनसे यह
While studying,
होगा या नहीं।
you start developing doubts that whether do you claim the position with this study or not. Then you stop studying.
मैं तो पढ़ाई छोड़ी, अब करते
You stop studying. Baba says, you anyways, you stop studying and you will spoil others.
ये वहाँ पर सारी रोम गपोड़े
Because they just tell lies, they cook up stories. If you leave Baba's things, you just spoil others.
ग्लानी करने
So when you cause deformation, there is more harm done. A huge loss is experienced. What does Baba say for such sins, such souls? Baba says they will incur such a huge loss. The Father says if anyone commits a sin here, he has to experience 100-fold punishment. Because that one would become an instrument to spoil many others.
निमित्त बनता है बहुतों को खराब करने के लिए। तो जो कुछ
To whatever extent you had become a charitable soul, you would then become a sinful soul. You become charitable souls through this study.
पढ़ाई से और पुण्य
Only the Father makes you into charitable souls.
बाप है। अगर कोई
If some are unable to study, there is definitely something not right.
नहीं, बाबा कहते अगर कोई नहीं
Baba says, when someone is unable to study, there is definitely something wrong.
अगर कोई नहीं पढ़ सकता
In case someone doesn't study, then one must check carefully what is that? What is that weakness which is not letting me study? Baba, then they say, whatever is in my fortune.
कि हार्ट फेल हो जाते हैं।
So what can I do? It's as though they have heart failure. Those who came here and died a living death,
और फिर
then go back to a living.
लिया मर्जीवा बनते हैं। वह फिर रावण के राज्य में जाकर मर्जीवा बन जाते हैं
Then they go back to a living death in the Ravan's kingdom.
और वहां जाकर के जीना शुरू करते तो वो भी मर्जी
So Baba says
हीरे जैसी जीवन बनाने
they can't make their lives like a diamond. When human beings have heart failure, they take another birth. Here, when they have heart failure, they go to the devilish community.
वहां हार्ट फेल हो गए
When they have heart failure, when the organ, that heart is not working, then they shut the body and take another costume. So here, when they have a heart failure in Baba's Gyan, they go back to the devilish community. This is your birth of dying alive. You come here to belong to the Father in order to go to that new world. Souls will go there. When I, a soul, renounce the consciousness of this body, it's understood that I am soul conscious.
देही अभिमान हम आत्मा शरीर
I, the soul, when I renounce the consciousness of this body, then I am a soul conscious.
ही अभिमान है हम
I am one thing and my body is something else because the soul experiences that clear separation from the body. You souls understand that each soul must definitely be a separate entity. You also understand that you are establishing heaven in Bharat by following Srimad.
इस भारत में स्वर्ग की स्थापना कर रही है यह मनुष्यों को देवता
The art of changing humans into deities has to be learnt.
भाई सर्विस करना सीखना होता है
You
मनुष्य
must learn how to do service of transforming human beings into deities. This is also a business, it's the art, it's a skill.
बाबा कहते सीखना होता
Baba says you have to
है
learn.
भी बच्चों को समझाया ही
You children have been told that there is no other company of the truth.
सत्य
Only the one supreme soul is called the truth.
परमात्मा को कहा जाता है उनका
His name is Shiva,
वही
and he alone establishes the golden age.
करते हैं कलयुग की आयु जरूर पूरी होनी है
The period of the Iron Age definitely has to come to an end. How the cycle of the whole world turns is very clear in the picture of the cycle. In order to become deities, you belong to the Father at the confluence age.
बाप के बने क्यों बाबा के बने हैं
Why do you become Baba's children? To become deities.
संगम युग पर हम बाप के बने
We belong to the Father at the confluence age to become deities. The moment
चले जाएंगे
you leave the Father's hand, you go back to the Iron Age.
आ गया
If someone has doubts about being a Brahmin,
आ गया
he goes and becomes a part of the Shudra clan.
घराने में पड़ेंगे फिर
In that case, he can't become a deity.
बाप यह भी समझाते हैं
The Father also explains how the foundations are being laid for the establishment of heaven.
फाउंडेशन की सेरेमनी
There is the first foundation ceremony, then the opening ceremony. Here,
पूजन होता है
first of all,
जब भवन बन जाता तो उद्घाटन होता तो
First of all, there will be the foundation which is laid. That time also they hold that function, and after that inauguration function takes place. Baba says, here everything is incognito. You know that you are getting ready to go to heaven. There will then be no mention of hell.
बहुत बहुत प्यार से और ध्यान से इस महावाक्य
You have to
स्वीकार
accept this elevated, sweet version as long as
जानते हो हम स्वर्ग
you
के
live.
लिए
Baba says,
हो रहे हैं फिर नर्क का नाम नहीं रहे
you are getting ready to go to heaven. There will not be any trace or name of hell.
पढ़ते रहना है
Some students always develop doubts. Till when? So Baba says, you definitely have to study for as long as you live until the end. Only the one Father who purifies you is the purifier. You children now understand this is the confluence age. When the Father comes to purify you,
बनाने आते
you should write it's at this most elevated confluence age that ordinary humans change into Narayan.
पुरुषोत्तम संगम युग में मनुष्य नर से नारायण बनता है यह भी लिखा हुआ है
It's also written that this is your godly birthright.
यह जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार है यह तुम्हारा ईश्वरीय जन्म सिद्ध अधिकार है पाप भी तुमको
The Father is now giving you divine vision.
आत्मा जानती है
The soul knows that this cycle of 84 has now come to an end. The Father sits here and explains to souls. The soul studies, but he still becomes body conscious again and again because
10 सेकंड के लिए भ्रुकुटी में बैठ जाए
just visualize yourself as a soul who is seated in the middle of the forehead.
आगे सुनेंगे और इसी स्मृति के साथ
Be stable in this awareness that I, the soul,
डी में बैठी हूँ
I am seated in the middle of the forehead and I listen through the ears and I am listening the elevated versions of Baba.
आत्मा पढ़ती है बल देह अभिमान घड़ी घड़ी आ जाता है
The soul studies till the soul has the body consciousness because Baba knows that
घड़ी आ जाए
why do we get influenced by body consciousness? Because there has been body consciousness for half a cycle.
तो देही अभिमानी बनने में टाइम लगता है
So it takes some time to become soul conscious. The Father is sitting here and now this is the time. Murli was spoken when?
पूरा होने पर है।
Now we are
ब्रह्मा
on that verge of completion.
100 वर्ष कहते हैं।
So the lifespan of Brahma is said to be 100 years,
समझो,
or it could be less. However, if Brahma were to leave, it doesn't mean the establishment would not take place.
चला जाए, ऐसे तो नहीं कि स्थापना नहीं होगी। तुम सेना बैठी हो ना,
You, the army, are still sitting here.
के ऊपर कितना नाज है,
Baba has so much pride, and Baba has faith that though Baba has left the corporeal forms, of course Baba's army is here.
आपने मंत्र दे दिया है, बहुत बढ़िया मंत्र।
Baba has given us the wonderful mantra.
आपने इस मंत्र को समा लेना। बाप ने
Just accept that mantra.
है, पढ़ना है,
You have to study.
भाई कुछ भी हो जाए,
No matter what happens, we have to study.
का चक्र कैसे फिरता है, यह भी बुद्धि में है। याद की यात्रा पर रहना है। याद
Baba says we have to be in the pilgrimage of remembrance because this enables us
भक्ति मार्ग में
finish the account of sinful actions. On the path of devotion, you have all been performing sinful acts. The two globes of the world and the new worlds are in front of you.
तो तुम लिख सकते
You can write death to the old world. You can write.
लिख सकते
What can be written?
तुम लिख सकते हो
You can write
पुरानी दुनिया
death to the old world, the kingdom of Ravan. Victory to the new world, that is the path of this knowledge and the kingdom of Ram.
जिंदाबाद। जो पूज्य थे
Those who were worthy of being worshipped have become worshippers. Sri Krishna was beautiful and the worthy of being worshipped. However, later on he became an ugly worshipper in Ravan's kingdom.
ना तो सहज है,
It's very easy to explain this. When the devotion first started,
की शुरुआत में भक्ति
at the beginning of the copper age, when that path of devotion started, Baba just describes that.
जब पूजा शुरू होती है तो
When devotion started,
लिंग बना
they created a very huge diamond lingam.
हीरे के लिंग बनाते हैं। मोस्ट वैल्यूएबल होता
It was the most valuable because the Father had made you so wealthy.
बार बनाया ना, तो जरूर उसके लिंग भी हीरे के बनाएंगे। वह खुद ही हीरा है।
He himself is the diamond. Therefore, Baba also makes souls become like diamonds. You should also make a diamond image of him and keep that.
ये ना हीरा हमेशा
A diamond is always placed in the center.
हीरा
A diamond is always placed in the center. In comparison, an emerald would not be as valuable as the diamond. That's why it's placed in the center.
में रखा जाता है।
8 jewels are made into the beads of the rosary of victory by him.
माला के दाने बने। अष्ट रतन गोल राउंड में होते हैं, बीच
Because all the 8 jewels are placed in the form of a circle, and in the middle the diamond is kept, that is Shiv Baba. So even the 8 jewels gained that victory through this diamond, that is Shiv Baba.
हैं हीरे की।
The most valuable one is diamond, all the rest become number wise. It is Shiv Baba who makes you this.
सब बातें
None of this can be explained by anyone but the Father.
जा नहीं सकता।
While studying, some are amazed at this knowledge.
आश्चर्यवत बाबा बाबा कहन्ति।
They say, Baba, Baba, then they leave.
आश्चर्यवत पढ़ते पढ़ते
They study the knowledge,
बाबा कहन्ति।
they just say Baba, Baba, then they leave this.
सालों पहले
A few years back,
बाबा की समय
during the time of Sakar Baba,
बाबा के साथ का अनुभव सुना।
one of the brothers had shared his experience
चलते चलते
of being with Brahma Baba because he was very good for some time and he left Baba's hand and went.
ट्रेटर भी बन गया।
After some time, he became even a traitor,
को सारे समाचार सुनाए तो पांडव
and one of the brothers just related that news to Brahma Baba. Baba was
के लिए आ रहे थे।
just about to bid farewell to this brother,
सारा समाचार दिया।
and while taking farewell, That brother just related that this soul is doing a lot of disservice. And what is Baba's knowledge? It is so elevated, and this soul is just creating a wrong impression.
उसको एक चिट्ठी पहुंचाना
So Brahma Baba said that
और लिखा
he went back and he wrote a letter, and in that a song was written.
सभी को याद होगा पुराने जमाने का वो गीत
As all of you would remember, that was the it's an old song. When someone breaks your heart,
तड़पता हुआ जब कोई छोड़ दे
when someone leaves your hand,
मेरे पास आना
at that time you come to me because my door is open for you,
ही रहेगा
and it will be open. It's open for you.
ये बाप का हृदय
This is Father's heart,
हाथ छोड़ दिया
where Baba says, where Brahma Baba wrote that song saying that even the children leave Baba's hand, but Baba's heart or Baba's door is always open for children. This is the good wishes that, irrespective of however the soul is creating such a disservice,
के प्रति ये जो शुभ भावना है ना
and this good wishes,
सिखाता है
God teaches us to keep good wishes for even such sinful souls.
पढ़ते पढ़ते आश्चर्यवत बाबा
Where Baba says that even while studying, some are amazed at this knowledge. They say Baba, Baba, then they leave. Once you call Shiv Baba, Baba never leaves him.
चाहिए फिर कहा जाता अगर छोड़कर
So Baba says,
तो फिर कहा जाता तकदीर
once you call Shiv Baba,
की तकदीर
Baba, you should never leave him, otherwise it would be said to be your fortune. Those who don't have much in their fortune will perform such acts that they receive 100-fold punishment. In order to become a charitable soul, you do have to make effort.
पाप करने से
When you commit sin, the sin becomes 100-fold.
फिर जाम
Then you become
बौने बन जाते
midgets.
बुद्धि को
You become midgets and you can't grow.
गुणा दंड
Because 100-fold punishment is added, your stage doesn't become powerful. Why should you have any doubt about the Father through whom you become like diamonds?
में संशय क्यों आना चाहिए बाबा सवाल पूछ रहा है
Baba is asking this question.
से तुम हीरे जैसा बन रहे हो
You are becoming diamonds through such a Father, then why should you develop doubts?
से बाप को छोड़ा तो
If you leave the Father for any reason, you would be called the most unfortunate soul.
पार नहीं बख्तावर नहीं
You are not even a deity, but you are the most unfortunate.
कम वक्त कहेंगे
Wherever you may be living, you have to remember the Father. You will then be liberated from punishment.
यहाँ
You come here to become pure from impure.
पावन बनने
Because you have performed certain types of acts in the past, you have a lot of suffering through your bodies.
की कर्म भोगना कितना चलती है अभी तो
You are now being liberated from that for half a cycle.
इनसे छूटते हैं अपने
Check yourselves to see what extent you are having a progress and serving others. All of you become Arjun.
को देखना
You should look at yourself.
कहाँ तक अपनी
To what extent have I made a progress or serve others?
करते हैं लक्ष्मी नारायण के चित्र
You can write at the top of the picture of Lakshmi and Narayan, this is the kingdom of peace in the world and it's being established.
की राजाई जो अब स्थापन हो रही है
This is your aim and objective. There is 100% purity, peace and happiness.
सुख और
There is no other religion in their kingdom.
राज्य में दूसरा कोई धर्म नहीं होता है तो अभी
Therefore, all the religions that exist now will definitely be destroyed.
जरूर विनाश होगा ना समझाने में
Great wisdom is needed to explain these things.
वैसे
Otherwise,
में बड़ी बुद्धि चाहिए नहीं तो
you explain according to your stage.
ही समझाते हैं
Sit in front of the pictures and think about all of these things.
बुद्धि को बड़ा विशाल
We have to make our intellects very broad and unlimited.
चित्रों के सामने
Just sit in front of the pictures and you should have your thoughts.
समझानी तो मिली हुई है,
Of course, you have been explained.
तो समझाना है।
So, since you have understood them, you have to explain them to others. That's why Baba inspires you to open museums. Gateway to Heaven is a very good name.
म्यूजियम के बाहर बोर्ड लगाए, गेटवे
There is a board which is
में जाने
put
का
up
प्रवेश द्वार। यह नाम भी अच्छा है,
that is
वह है दिल्ली गेट, इंडिया गेट। यह
Gateway to Heaven must be written, and those are the Delhi gates or the India gate, and this is the gate to heaven. You are now opening the gates to heaven. People have become just as confused on the path of devotion as they do in the maze.
भूल भुलैया
No one can find the way out.
रास्ता किसी को मिलता,
Everyone has become trapped in the kingdom of Maya.
अंदर फंस जाते हैं माया के राज्य में,
The Father has now come to release you from that.
निकालते हैं।
Some don't want to be released,
दिल नहीं होती,
so what can even Father do?
क्या करेंगे? बाबा तो भूल भुलैया
Baba has come to remove us from that
को निकल
trap or the maze. Some don't want to come out from that, so what can even Father do? This is why Father says, if you want to see the most unfortunate ones, you can see those who stop studying here.
पढ़ाई को ही छोड़ देते हैं। संशय बुद्धि बन, संशय बुद्धि बन।
So Baba says, they have doubtful intellects, they kill themselves for many births. How strong word Baba uses. They have doubtful intellects, they kill themselves for many births.
खून कर देते, तकदीर बिगड़ती है।
This happens when their fortune becomes spoiled.
चारी बैठने से गोरा बनने के
When there are bad omens, instead of becoming beautiful, they become ugly. It is the incognito souls who study.
आत्मा ही
Souls do everything through their bodies. Souls cannot do anything without bodies. It takes effort to consider yourself to be a soul.
कुछ भी कर नहीं सकती,
When you don't have the faith that you are a soul, you become body conscious.
की ही मेहनत है। आत्मा समझने की ही मेहनत है। आत्मा निश्चय नहीं कर सकते,
When you can't have faith,
अभिमान
then you become body conscious.
अच्छा
Acha.
थे मीठे
To you, sweetest, beloved, long lost and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, father, and Bap Dada.
याद प्यार
And the spiritual father says, Namaste to you, spiritual children,
रूहानी बच्चों
and we spiritual.
नमस्ते। धारणा के लिए मुख्य सार, पहली
The essence for Dharana, the first one.
सुप्रीम टीचर की
The
पढ़ाई
teachings taught by the Supreme Teacher changes from human beings into Narayan. Have this faith and pay full attention to this study.
हमें नर से नारायण बनाने वाली हैं। इसी निश्चय से अटेंशन
Don't see the teacher who is teaching you.
इसी निश्चय से अटेंशन देकर पढ़ाई पढ़नी है। पढ़ाने वाली टीचर को नहीं देखना, पढ़ाने वाला सुप्रीम टीचर है, उसको देखना है।
You should always look at the Supreme Teacher. You shouldn't look at the teacher, Brahmin teacher, who is teaching you.
पॉइंट है
Second, make effort to become soul conscious.
विचार करना है। देही अभिमानी बनने का पुरुषार्थ करना है। मर्जी
Since you have died a living death, let go of the consciousness of this body.
को छोड़ देना है। मर्जीवा बने हैं
When we have died alive, then this consciousness of the body itself shouldn't be there.
पुण्य
Become a charitable soul. Don't perform any sinful acts.
कोई भी पाप कर्म नहीं करना है। पुण्यात्मा बनना ही
become charitable soul. So you should never perform any sinful acts.
अब है वरदान,
Blessing.
सिर पर बाबा का वरदान
Always visualize yourself. Baba's hand is over you.
दार फरमान बरदार संतान को
Baba,
भगवान वरदान
God, just gives this blessing to his obedient
दान सुने।
and faithful
चक्र की स्मृति से
children. May you be filled with all the treasures and constantly experience your stage of perfection by having the awareness of spinning the discus of self-realization.
स्वदर्शन चक्र की स्मृति से
May you be filled with all the treasures and constantly experience your stage of perfection by having the awareness of spinning the discus of self-realization. Those who constantly spin the discus of self-realization, they remain free from many types of spinnings of Maya.
मुक्त रहते हैं। एक
The one discus of self-realization finishes all wasteful spinning.
खत्म करने वाला है,
It chases Maya away.
भगाने वाला है।
Maya cannot stay in front of such souls
माया ठहर नहीं सकती है।
because children who are the spinners of the discus of self-realization are constantly full. They remain unshakable.
और ऊंचा बाबा का महावाक्य
Baba, this is the most elevated version of Baba. Those who are the spinners of the discus of self-realization, because of being completely full, they remain unshakable. They experience themselves to be full of all the treasures. Maya tries to empty them, but they are always constantly cautious, alert, and the ignited lights, so Maya is unable to do anything to them.
इसलिए माया
Those who are the guards of attention stay alert and constantly safe.
जिसके पास अटेंशन रूपी चौकीदार सुजाग है, जिसके पास अटेंशन रूपी चौकीदार सुजाग है, वह सदा सेफ है। स्लोगन है आज का, आपके बोल
Slogan: make your words very powerful with pure and elevated feelings merged in them.
श्रेष्ठ भावना समाई हुई हो। आपके बोल ऐसे समर्थ हो जिसमें शुभ व श्रेष्ठ भावना समाई हुई हो। अब सुनेंगे अव्यक्त,
Let's listen to Avyakt signal.
अब लगन की
Ignite the fire of love and make your yoga volcanic. In order to have powerful remembrance, your love must come from an honest heart.
याद के लिए सच
Those who have honest hearts are able to become a point in a second. How good is this version? Baba says, in order to have powerful remembrance, your love must come from an honest heart. Those who have honest hearts are able to become a point in a second, and they are able to remember Baba as the point. Because of pleasing the Lord with their honest heart, such souls claim special blessings from the Father with which they are easily able to stabilize in the thought of one. They will experience remembrance in the volcanic form and spread powerful vibrations everywhere.
की याद का अनुभव कर सकते हैं, पावरफुल वाइब्रेशन फैला सकते हैं। अच्छा, ओम शांति।
Om Shanti.
कॉलोनी, ट्रॉमा सेंटर, शिवमणि होम, नर्सिंग कॉलेज, नर्सिंग स्कूल के बीके भाई बहनें ध्यान दें।
All the BK sisters and brothers of
दादी प्रकाश मुनि जी के
Nursing College BK Colony, those who haven't collected the godly gift on the occasion of 18th Remembrance Day of respected Dadi Prakash Maniji, all of you are requested to go to Gyanmati Meditation Hall at 10 a.m. and you can collect it between 10 and 11 a.m. You are requested to carry that card, ID cards which are given. The evening meditation and tomorrow's Amrit Vela will be in Conference Hall and Murli class will be in Diamond Hall. Let's remember Baba for 2 minutes.
सुख पाया है, बेहद का सुख पाया है। याद तुम्हारी कितनी प्यारी, शीतल सी छत्र छाया है। इस छाया में बाबा हमने बेहद का सुख पाया है, बेहद का सुख पाया है। मांग रहे थे दर दर भटके, मिलता कहीं था प्यार नहीं। मांग रहे थे दर दर भटके, मिलता कहीं था प्यार नहीं। बिन मांगे हमें सब कुछ देते, मांगने की दरकार नहीं। सब कुछ तेरा अब तो मेरा, हम पर तेरा साया है। इस छाया में बाबा हमने बेहद का सुख पाया है, बेहद का सुख पाया है। याद तुम्हारी कितनी प्यारी, शीतल सी छत्र छाया है। इस छाया में बाबा हमने बेहद का सुख पाया है, बेहद का सुख पाया है।
Let's listen to the teachings of respected Janki Dadi ji. First, I have to see within myself all these external matters where I had started accepting lies, which had been deceived and deceived others. Later on, you will know you have been doing it for many births. Even good deeds are done for showing our goodness to others. It's filled with ego. Where there is ego, there is falsehood. In such an atmosphere, everyone must have felt it upon stepping here. The atmosphere itself is like that. The environment is such that there is neither time to think or see anything, nor there is scope to see anything. There are only mountains, white-dressed people like us. Om Shanti.